Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel, Immigration YTTV. We hope you're doing great. In this video, we're going to talk about US announces major visa crackdown. The US has announced new visa restrictions targeting Central American nationals accused of working with the Chinese Communist Party, marking a fresh step in Washington's effort to curb foreign influence in the region. If you are interested in this topic, please pay attention and watch the video through to the end to get all the information. Please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification bell for an upcoming video. The U.S. Department of State has rolled out a new visa restriction measure aimed at certain Central American citizens accused of advancing the interests of the Chinese Communist Party. Announced on September 4th, the policy authorizes U.S. officials to deny entry to individuals alleged to knowingly fund, support, or execute activities that undermine governance and the rule of law across Central America. Strategic rationale behind the policy. This video reflects the Trump administration's broader strategy of blending immigration controls with foreign policy objectives. In recent years, U.S. authorities have increasingly used visa restrictions not only as tools of immigration management, but also as instruments to counter geopolitical adversaries. By targeting alleged CCP-linked actors in Central America, Washington is signaling its concern that Chinese influence in the region poses risks not just to local governance, but also to U.S. national security. Secretary Rubio outlines the new rules. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio emphasized that the restrictions are designed to promote accountability. In his press statement, he explained that individuals acting on behalf of Beijing to intentionally weaken the rule of law or distort political processes in Central America would no longer qualify for U.S. visas. Importantly, the restrictions extend beyond the accused individuals to include their immediate family members, making the penalties broader in scope. Rubio stressed that the measure was not meant to block legitimate diplomacy or trade, but to prevent malign influence from taking root in the Western Hemisphere. Concerns about Beijing's regional footprint. Over the past decade, China has significantly deepened its presence in Central America. Beijing has financed infrastructure projects, invested in telecommunications and energy sectors, and expanded diplomatic ties. While Chinese officials portray these initiatives as development-oriented partnerships, U.S. policymakers increasingly view them as strategic moves that could provide Beijing with access to critical infrastructure and sensitive data. A pattern of escalating restrictions. The visa policy aimed at CCP-linked actors is the latest in a series of restrictive immigration actions under the Trump administration. Just weeks earlier, the State Department suspended visa approvals for most Palestinian applicants. An internal directive issued by Rubio has instructed embassies to apply broad restrictions, denying visas not only to business and political figures, but also to students, family visitors, and even individuals seeking medical care in the United States. Voices from Washington and beyond. Officials have framed the move as a necessary defense against external interference. Rubio stated, "These actions reaffirm President Trump's commitment to protect America's economic prosperity and national security interests in our region." He emphasized that accountability will be pursued against Central American nationals who knowingly act in cooperation with the CCP. Echoing this stance, Kevin Marino Cabrera, the U.S. ambassador to Panama, declared on X that China's activities represent corrupt and malign influence in Central America. According to Cabrera, the restrictions are a step towards safeguarding regional stability and reinforcing the United States' long-standing role as a guarantor of rule of law norms in the hemisphere. Next steps and regional implications. The policy is set to be enforced through U.S. embassies across Central America, where officials will assess cases on a rolling basis. The Department of State has not yet disclosed names of individuals subject to the restrictions, suggesting that decisions will likely unfold quietly and case by case. Analysts expect the move to heighten tensions between Washington and Beijing, while also placing Central American governments in a difficult position as they balance economic ties with China against long-standing security and migration relationships with the United States. In the months ahead, The real test will be whether the policy deters actors from aligning with Beijing's initiatives or instead deepens the perception that the United States is using immigration as a geopolitical weapon. As implementation begins, the video highlights growing U.S.-China competition in Central America and raises questions about how smaller nations will navigate between economic ties with Beijing and security commitments to Washington. That is all for today in this video. What are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully, the information is useful to you. See you later in the next video. Till then, take care.